Hello everybody, it is Leah and
Laura
here today to talk to you about Disney.
Disneyland.
Today we want to talk about some specific things. Really doesn't even affect her because she doesn't fall into these categories. But she was there with me, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Disney with a disability.
And the perks of it if you're going along with somebody with a disability.
That's correct. That's correct. Also, am I too fat for Disney? Am I? So, I mean, I don't make any bones about being a larger female person. And it's fairly obvious. And so one major concern for me as a larger person is when I go to an amusement park or I go to Disney or Universal or any place like that, am I too fat to ride? We will answer those questions today.
Yes.
So as you know, or maybe you don't know, maybe you just found this video because you were searching something like this out, because goodness knows when we were planning our trip I searched all over YouTube for some of this information and couldn't find it, so that's why I'm coming to you today. Yeah, we took our friend Erin to Disney, who has cerebral palsy and is wheelchair bound.
Yes.
She can't transfer, so our concern was, what can she do, what can't she do? And we wanted to get that information in advance so that we could plan our day accordingly. But I did check, as soon as Erin got there, we checked with City Hall. Be sure you do that. You want to check with City Hall. They're great. They will help you. They'll go through the map with you and tell you what she will be able to do, what she won't. They even called certain attractions when they saw her wheelchair and asked if she would be able to ride. So that was really very helpful and time saving.
And City Hall, when you enter Disneyland, you just go through the left tunnel and it's right there as you're going through the tunnel. You'll find it real easy.
You can find it really easy, and they are so helpful. Some of the things that we could enjoy with Erin were, and I think our top favorite was
the Jungle Cruise.
The Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That was really fun. She had a wonderful time. I think I'm speaking truth, Erin. You had a wonderful time. They actually have a lift.
Right?
Right?
It's just like the boat pulls up. It's like
magic.
Some kind of pallet-y thing that lifts up, comes out,
and she drove right on. And I understand that It's a Small World has a similar boat.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize
Which we didn't know, which they didn't tell us at City Hall, but somebody else told me. So if you're going and you are wheelchair bound, check out It's a Small World.
Oh, that would have been great.
I know.
I'm sorry, Erin.
I know. Well, we never even got, well, whatever.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Erin. So some of the other things that she was able to do, not all of these we actually got to, but I'll go ahead and go through the list of things that she was able to ride, and that was the Winnie the Pooh ride. Also, just drive that wheelchair right on there, no need to transfer, as well as Buzz Lightyear.
Which is a really cute ride.
Which is a really fun ride.
Yeah.
I took her out. Beat her so bad on Buzz Lightyear.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
I did too. You beat me on Toy Story Mania. So, the monorail, of course. The monorail. And what a great way to see the entire park in a hurry. So that was fun. Also,
you know what I'm curious about, though? I wonder if the train, when it was not running, but I wonder if you can do that, the train.
Yes, you can.
Oh, that would have been
the
fun.
Disneyland train. You can. The lady at City Hall told me about that, and also the boats that weren't running when we were there, but they are also accessible to wheelchairs.
Oh, the big boats.
The big boats.
Ah, yes.
The pirate ship, as well as the Mark Twain.
Right. Okay.
Yes, another really good way to see Disneyland.
So,
Also, Tom Sawyer's Island, which we didn't do, but is accessible to handicapped. Right? Yes.
I would have gone over there so fast.
I know, right?
Oh, I used to love that when I was a
love
kid.
Tom Sawyer's Island. Our parents used to just like go.
And you know,
And we would stay there for hours. We love Tom Sawyer's Island.
so it's accessible. That's lovely.
It is accessible.
That's so good.
The other thing is the Tiki Room, which we did enjoy with Aaron, and I just want to shout out really quick.
Oh,
Maynard and Al at the Tiki Room. Aaron's wheelchair was a little large to fit into the elevator because the Tiki Room is set up and you have to go up some stairs to get to it. And her chair was just like this too much big and it wouldn't fit in there, but they made sure she got in there. And they went out of their way to make sure that they could accommodate her. Held the show. They were awesome. Al, thank you so much. Maynard, you too. And if you want to know more about Maynard, you could Google Disney and Maynard and watch 1,000 videos on Maynard. He is quite a character.
so good.
Quite a character at Disney. So check out Maynard. The submarine voyage also, which we didn't get to, but I understand has a alternative experience. You don't actually go on the submarine, but there's a room down below where you can see everything that you would see on the submarine, but only in a special room.
Kind
and they
of
say
like
it's very
if you went
cool.
to an aquarium.
Yes. Sort of.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. And of course, all the shows and parades and fireworks and all of those kind of things. Now, if you are able to transfer, see, I was on a mobility cart as well because I have difficulty walking long, long.
Down the hall?
Down the
No.
hall. And after some of our VidCon, people were going, why can't you walk? And I'm like, well, there's a lot of, it's multiple reasons. But one is that I do have really bad lymphedema in both of my legs that causes a lot of pain and swelling. And then I also have balance issues, totally unrelated to that. So when I get into large crowds of people, I tend to just lose my balance and fall over. So it's better if I...
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty funny to watch, actually. Sorry.
It's pretty funny. So being in a mobility cart, is that what they're called? A scooter?
I think so. They're just a scooter.
Right.
A hover round.
A hover round?
Yes, something to that effect.
Something to that effect. You could, as long as you could transfer, which I could do, you could ride just about anything, and you could actually ride up to where they actually load and unload most of the rides.
Right. They had always a special line, and you could go up to, there's a cast member standing at the beginning of the line, and they will actually give you a time to return, and usually that's within 10 or 15, the max 20 that I saw. And you just go and then come back, and they have it ready basically for you to get on the ride.
That's right.
You may wait 5 minutes.
And along with the new Fast Pass system, they put it right on your ticket. So you go back, they just scan your ticket.
Right. They have a little scanner thing.
And then they scan your ticket and you go right back in.
Yeah.
So that you're not just sitting there waiting, in a line, which can be, for certain disabilities difficult. So, especially if you have a child with autism or, some...
No, I thought that was one of
was-
the best little features there was.
It was awesome.
Yeah, because
That's pretty much it on disabilities. Do check with the town hall when you get there, because whether it's a mobility issue or it is a disability of, say, an autistic child or somebody that's mentally challenged where they can't stand in a line for long periods of time, then they will issue a pass so that you can also take part in that handicapped, return to the line kind of system. So that was awesome. Very cool. So this brings up my second. Am I too fat for Disney? A major concern as a larger person. The last thing you want to do is to try to get onto a ride and have that embarrassment of, I don't fit, and you're in front of all
Then you
these
have to get
people, and they have to
off,
stop the ride, and they have to say, you got to get off. It's extremely, extremely embarrassing. So if I can avoid those situations, I certainly will. So I tried to do a lot of research before we went and find out, am I too fat for Disney? And there wasn't a lot of information. So I come to you today and say, no, you are not too fat for Disney. There wasn't one ride that I wanted to ride that I couldn't ride.
What ride would, I mean, if you wanted to ride, was there some rides that you couldn't ride?
No.
Did you know?
I mean, I didn't ride some rides only because of my inner ear issue with the dizzy and all of that. California's Screamin'. I have been on that one before at this size. And like you say, it does have the thing that pulls down, and that was a concern. If you'll remember when we went before, we kind of went up to the front and we said, you know, am I okay? And they went, absolutely. So it is not a problem for a larger person. I am 5'9". I'm tall as well as big. I'm not going to tell you my weight, but it's a lot. I didn't go on the Matterhorn because the seats are so low.
It's hard to get in and out.
It's hard to get in and out when you have mobility issues. But however, size-wise, I don't think it would have been an issue at all if you're, you know, mobile. They do have seat belts. All of the seat belts at Disney are huge.
Would fit around both of us.
Would fit around both of us.
Yeah.
They're huge. That is not an issue. Don't even think twice about that. And I'll give you a little tip with the seat belts.
And what is that?
My tip with the seat belt is, before you sit down, pull it out. Pull it around you and buckle it before you even sit down.
You're kidding. That's
No.
a great tip. Oh my goodness.
And it's big enough to do that. And then when you sit down, you just adjust
Then you
it.
just tighten it up, right?
You tighten it up.
Oh,
Yes.
instead of
Because
fidgeting around trying to find the little thing. You know?
right, but if you have a sister, she's helpful with that as well. Because there was, I think it was on.
Stop it, Leah. Let me do it.
Because on Soarin', I was like, I can't unbutton.
And I'm like,
because I'm so hyper aware, I would panic
Yes.
and not be able to unbuckle it or buckle
She
it.
couldn't push the button to get
That was right there.
and I
was
looked down
just-
and watched, and she was pushing the other side. the
So,
button.
yeah. But seatbelts were not a problem. Seatbelts on Soarin', on Guardians of the Galaxy. Another tip, Guardians of the Galaxy. If you're a larger person, ask to sit on an aisle seat.
Mm-hmm. Although I do think that maybe they know.
The cast members are probably, and also because of my mobility issues, we were always that last person on. But I think they're aware of that situation as well, and probably will sit you there unbeknownst to you anyway. But it is, because it is on the aisle and there's no seat, no armrest or whatever, so
It's much more thrilling on the aisle.
It is.
Just saying.
There's nothing
Well,
to hold
there's nothing
on
for you to hold on to on that ride, and all of a sudden Leah's like grabbing my hand. It was great.
So that one, Soarin', none of those rides. I'm just looking at my list. Radiator Springs, not a problem.
Although, you know, what is the Mulholland Drive one? I'm not sure they still call it that. It might still be. It's a little roller coaster.
Mulholland
The
Drive.
one that the little roller coaster in
we
California.
didn't go on it because I love that. It's called Goofy's
It's
Sky
one of those
School.
old-fashioned.
Like the mouse.
The mouse. Like
Yes,
the
like
mouse.
that it goes really tight turns. It's Goofy's Sky School, I think.
I
is
think,
what
yeah,
it's
it used to
called.
be Mulholland Drive.
Now, we went on this before, so size was not an issue. However, there's very little leg room.
Like your legs are in there real tight, you know, you're like in there, and your feet are.
And there's like this much room for your feet.
Yeah, about
like
like
if
so.
you have a size 4 foot, you're good. If you have a size 10 foot,
Be sure when
They
you're
don't
stepping
fit.
out to make sure your feet are loose from in there, because if you do like me, I was like trying to
The
get out.
whole time we went on it, she's like, don't fall when we get out, because she knows
I know her, right?
I'm going to fall.
Right.
So don't fall the whole ride. Don't fall when we get out, because it's on a moving thing and it doesn't
like moves
stop.
constantly, so it doesn't stop. So you're first of all stressed because you have to get off quickly.
And so she's like, don't fall, don't fall. The whole ride, we can't even enjoy it because she's like, don't fall.
So
We
here
get
I
out.
did,
I get out. I hop out. I unwedge my feet.
and I'm like,
hop
wait, Leah, I
out.
gotta get out. I gotta get out.
She falls.
I fell onto the little revolving. Because my foot was stuck between the seat and the front of the car, and so you
Yes.
know. Okay, talk about embarrassment. So be very aware of that. Just as a little side note, has nothing to do with size, except maybe the size of your foot.
Yeah, exactly. You big-footed people.
Watch
Bigfoot.
out. Oh.
No go. No go. There were some things that, just out of smartness, I wouldn't try, like the astro orbiters.
Oh God, no.
I wouldn't wedge my butt into that big tin can.
Why
Or
would
try
you?
to wedge it out.
That's made
It's
for
just like,
children.
it's made for children. I don't, Dumbo, I probably wouldn't try. I mean, although they would probably try to ride me, but not try to ride Dumbo.
How horrible, Leah.
I know. I'm just saying, I wouldn't try to ride things that are specifically designed for small children.
Yeah, the obvious
Okay.
ones.
Okay.
Like you could ride the teacups, but you might get violently ill during that.
Not
I
riding
wouldn't
the
ride it.
teacups.
No.
Now, we went on that Luigi's car thing. What was that?
That was so cute.
It
It's
was
over
so
there in
cute.
Cars Land,
It
or
is
whatever
a
they
new
call
ride,
it.
yes.
And it's actually done with magnets and Wi-Fi. So there's no track. And it's really cute. It's all these little cars, Luigi,
And
they're-
he's singing.
and they're dancing. The cars are actually dancing around to a pattern that's been pre-programmed,
Yes.
I guess.
Yes,
run by
it's
Wi-Fi.
very cute.
So cute.
We rode that, not a problem.
Mhm.
It does spin a couple of times, and I was like, oh.
Only enough, though, just to the point where you might think you're getting sick.
Yeah, well, it threw my brain to one
Well,
side,
yeah,
I'll tell you.
yeah.
So, but whatever. It was a lot of fun. So, are you too fat for Disney? No. No. No.
Go.
Go.
It is-
Enjoy yourself.
Don't even worry
If you
about it.
have any kind of a concern at all, talk to a cast member just discreetly before you go into the queue and just ask, I'm just concerned, and they will be very honest with you.
Mhm.
And then you don't have to go through that. I didn't go on Space Mountain, and I know some taller people, because the lap bar, it's an individual lap bar and it has to go over your legs. So, I've been on it before, I haven't had a problem.
Yeah, I wondered about
But-
that.
But, I don't know, if you're really tall, you might have a trouble with that. But I didn't go on it.
Yeah, it has the very skinny lap bar that goes over your
Space
leg.
Mountain, as well as Radiator Springs, as well as Grizzly, the Rapids. Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
yes, the rapids.
Yeah. They all have cars specifically designed for handicap loading and unloading that come off of the main track. So you have more time if
Yeah.
you do have mobility issues to load and unload, and you don't feel that pressure of having to. It's like
Hold
when,
up the line.
of hold up the
Yeah.
whole ride. And they ask you that too when you go on Big Thunder Mountain. Do you have trouble? Will you be able to do this in 30 seconds or less? And will you be able to get out in 30 seconds or less? Because it's one of those rides, they just can't stop it. So
Well, they probably could, but
it would be a big old disaster.
Yeah.
So they do ask you that. So be honest with yourself and be honest. I didn't have a problem with it at all. I think Laura felt a little uncomfortable.
I did, and I'll tell you why.
And I'm like, is this a fat thing?
It's like her legs are like up here, right? And so the bar comes down, and I'm sitting in there all like, bloop. I'm like,
Because
I'm afraid I'm
the
gonna
bar
fly
stopped where I stopped and not where she stopped.
yeah.
So, she wasn't going to fall out.
Well, it was much more thrilling I mean,
She wasn't going to fall out, but if I was riding with a small child, I would be concerned. So I guess try to ride with somebody of similar size. I don't know.
yeah. Or tell them, don't worry, you're not going to fall out. I don't know.
You're not going to fall
You're
out.
not going to fall out. You might feel like it.
Yeah, you might feel like it. So anyway, go have a good time. If you have any questions about specific rides or attractions that we didn't discuss here and you want to know, just ask in the comments below.
Yeah.
Just go have a great time. Don't feel intimidated at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right, you guys, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. As per usual, subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, and my camera just went off. Bye.
Bye.